Hello friends, Fujosevich here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone with some more Dragon, well not Dragon Reno Priest, just Reno Priest. This is the game of Reno Mage. I don't know what's going on. I see a priest here and I get so excited. So we are going to be, oh Emperor Thorsen, we will miss you. Going to be continuing with our theme of playing our control style decks here. And it looks like we're very obviously coming up against a Dragon Priest, potentially Dragon Reno Priest, which I know I've played quite a bit and really enjoyed. And the reason I want to coin this out is basically, oh. Okay, you know what? I'll go Greater Arcane Missiles. I'm expecting this to be a bit of a, I feel like the only way we're able to win this game is if it does become a bit of a, is that good enough? No, I feel like I need to get rid of this now. The only way I win this is if it does come down to a game of attrition, because this Reno Mage deck doesn't really have quote-unquote real win conditions, necessarily. But what it does have... Oh, wow! That is awful news for me. But what this deck does have is a whole bunch of ways to grind out our opponents. So, what are we doing here, friends? We are stuck with an ice barrier, and that's fine. So this deck basically just tries to get a whole bunch of value out of the different cards that it has, and tries to grind out its opponent that way. And then sometimes, you know, you'll be looking for lethals later in the game with your fireballs and things like that, frost bolts. And I have a feeling like we are not going to be able to keep pace with this very aggressive deck. Are we going to overdraw ourselves? Probably. I feel like we're kind of forced to polymorph, which might come back to destroy us, to be honest. Because we don't have any way to get rid of Ysera. We don't have any way to... We don't have any way to deal with a lot of things, to be honest with you. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This goes 8, 9, 10. Then we burn 1. Is it worth it? I definitely think not. The only other really play is... I mean, there's no way we can throw a Dirty Rat now. Brand Dirty Rat is basically just wanting to concede. Then the issue is, how much do we value the polymorph? And I think if we don't do this, we're going to lose, so we're kind of forced to. Even though that could mean very bad things for us later on. I mean, Greater Arcane Missiles, that was a poor discover at the beginning of the game, but I think we still have a chance. I think we're in this. Here we go. Forbidden Flame, you're not what we need. Emperor Thorsen is what we need. Need more emperors in our lives. So we're obviously in a very bad position if our Dragon Priest friend here continues to curve out with nice strong juicy minions. We're going to be in very bad shape. That's pretty bad for us. But definitely not the end of the world. That's for sure. So, we have a chance. Although I think we might be forced to Reno here, so that might be the end of the world. No. Let's see. How much is this? This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What are the chances a priest can deal 3 damage? I think nowadays, normally you would say, it's fine. But right now, I think that this is actually something we have to deal with. Because I think priests now are basically, you know, Holy Nova puts us at 1. Holy Fire is definitely a card that actually I think does get played a little bit. Greater Arcane Missiles doesn't really do that much. If it was 4, then we're talking. So we can spend 3 mana. This is a very strange turn right now. Kazakus into what? Because we're dead next turn. Maybe we ping in Reno and fight to live another day. I think that's basically our play. I mean, we need to not lose right now. And yes, there is always that issue of, well, how are you going to win later? Well, To be honest with you, wow, we could be in big trouble if that's a discover. Oh, and this is a pure dragon priest as well, which is interesting. Not a dragon Reno, a pure dragon priest, so probably this makes our opponent's deck a little bit more consistent. And because our opponent had that combo in hand, it makes sense why they were never worried about healing with the Northshire. Okay, so now we gotta do some sweet stuff of our own. Doomsayer's kind of sweet, but probably not good enough. Okay. Bran into Kazakis. 2/4 is 6. We could take one mana spell. And ping that down. You take a couple 1 mana spells, actually. I obviously don't want a Doomsayer Dirty Rat. That's probably far too much. Okay, let's take a couple 1 manas. Let's take the first one will be a 1 cost spell. Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. Not a huge help, but you know what? I'll take it to start with. And draw a card. Or freeze a random enemy minion. Yeah, I'll freeze one of them. Let's take another one. I think we're kind of stuck with this. Deal 3 damage. Yeah, let's deal 3 damage. And deal 2 to all enemies. I like that as well. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. And then let's get rid of all of this. I can live with that. I can live with resetting the board. When I have, now obviously our opponent, ooh, well, hey, random mage spell, so that could be terrifying. Hey, Ragnaros. What the heck? I thought we were buddies. I thought we were compadres, friend. So we're basically forced to Forbidden Flame, right? There's no other play there for us, unfortunately. And that would have been also a good way for us to have lost if we thought we could have left ourselves at 4 damage with damage on board. 4 health with damage on board. Ooh, a Blackwing Corruptor to the face. Terrifying, to say the least. We could Archmage Kabbalah's Tome now. We could ping Doomsayer Greater Arcane Missiles. And I think that might be the better play. And then we set up for Tony later. I know this looks ridiculous, but honestly, I like saving Blizzard for later. Oh. Always lucky. So if our opponent wants to Shadow Word Pain, I mean, I don't even think that's necessarily a bad thing from our opponent's perspective. Oh, Bookworm is much better, though. There's no whoa! That's an oops. There's no dragons in hand. Oh. That was amazing. They just went for it anyways. No dragons in hand, though, eh? I have to expect I'll get Entombed or Shadow Word. Oh, a Spellbender would have been sweet, but I'm definitely going to eat a Shadow Word Death or an Entomb. But, yeah, Shadow Word Death is definitely what I would have preferred to have seen, but I think we'll be able to survive now. We're forced to 1 Fireball here. I think we're kind of in bad shape right now, but I think we basically have Alex to help us win, and a couple Discovers. Otherwise, we're basically just going to get grinded out. Oh, and now we do have another dragon. Oh, and a Frostbolt to the face. That's not cool at all. I think we basically lose now, right? I'm always going to play it out. Just in case you're new, I always play the games out. Oh, Spellbender. Spellbender could throw our opponent off, though. Do we win by fatigue? Not really. Not really. And our health is so low, and there's no way to heal up. Kazakis is gone. Reno's gone. Antonius is gone. Alex is going to get eaten. Yeah, I totally don't see us winning. Let's Dirty Rat. That's less than great. I don't think these cards on board are really going to do anything for me, but... this is interesting. I wonder how we can find a win condition out of here. And that is one of the issues, though, that I have talked about with this deck before. Do I just play that? I'll play a Spellbender. Is it worth the Blood Mage? I'll hang on to the Blood Mage and get that spell power value. Maybe our opponent gets worried about playing our own Antondius into a Spellbender. That's the only thing we can hope. Oh, yes. Spellbender value. Take control of it. Look at that summoning. Look at that 3 mana 1/3. That's value. I do expect that our opponent does have some sort of AoE that they might actually run. So we're probably in bad shape. But hey, guess what? We're pinging 4 damage in every turn. So we got that going for us, right? This is an interesting one. I don't know how else we find a win condition here. Like, yeah, something even like that. Yeah. Like, even that is enough to really just freeze an enemy. Oh. What was that? Oh, was that something that he got off of one of the Draconoids or something that he discovered? Off of Babbling Book. Oh, okay, I was gonna say. That doesn't look like necessarily an excellent pickup. Obviously, we trade there because we're playing around MCT now. And we have to hold our Fireball for our own Antondius, although if our opponent has a single spell with Antondius, we lose, right? Because we're already at 6 and we have no more healing. Unless, is there something we can discover? Oh, well. Well. We can discover, but I don't think this is the turn, unfortunately. Oh, I don't know how we win if we don't do it this turn, though. We still have an ice barrier. I think we have a chance. This is obviously ridiculous. But I'll do it anyways. So the issue is I wanted to hang on to the Fireball because I feel like this is going to be needed later on. Although, like I just said, if our opponent plays Antonius and gets a single spell, we're going to lose. Unless we get an ice block. And very, very soon. Yup. Oh, Power Word Shield. That is less than excellent. Well, we have a couple draws here. We have a draw here. We've got Fireball draw. We just drew an ice block, so we're kind of good anyways. And I'm going to keep the 2 power up. Ooh, okay. So that's 1 Fireball that we're going to have to eat there. I imagine our opponent can burst this out a little bit. There's going to be a Ysera coming up, right? Oh, unfortunately for our opponent. Well, there's Ysera. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, let's get a polymorph, please. Forbidden Flame, Vaporize. I guess Vape is a card. Is this 3 plus 3 is 6?
I wonder.
3 plus 3 is 6. Although the only thing is, I mean, would our opponent play around a Vaporize at this point? I imagine they would. 2 to all? Okay, let's get rid of this, shuffle it back in, freeze our opponent. So this means they get 2 Ysera draws. But we do have a Vaporize, which eventually our opponent will have to attack us. I assume, at least. Unless they're just planning on going to Fatigue, which they might win at this point anyways. And then depending what else... Oh! That's a pretty sweet... That's a pretty sweet Draconoid Operative choice. So now the question is, do we Volcanic Potion? Is it even worth it? Is it worth the Mistress of Mixtures? Because if he's thinking it through, he attacks into this and sets me to 5. Oh boy. A lot of these Reno Mages games have kind of been... Oh wow. No dragon. And not willing to pop me at 1? What is that play?
Side effects? No. Trust me.
I guess he's playing around the Vaporize, which is interesting. Am I magically streaming somehow and I don't know this? Am I getting stream sniped from my own basement? Shadow Word Pain, that's cool. I'll take the healing. There we go. Ice block time. Ice block time. Heal me, heal me. Ah. That's so many Ysera cards. Holy. That is... Okay, well that's a dead card. Which one do we play here? I have to hang on to basically all of my AoE. We'll just give him a well played now. I don't see how we win this, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and grind it out. Because you never know. Sometimes you pick up your wins. All he needs is a single Ysera Awakens. I'm not 100% sure. I will play that, because really, what's the point? I'm out of cards. And maybe he was just BMing the whole time. Because how many Ysera draws do you really need to draw a 5 damage? To everyone, right? Oh, and an Entomb! Entombing. Oh, wow, returning the Ysera. Wow, unless he is just Ultra BM. Yeah, Alex is pretty good, right? I bring life and hope. Alright, well I'll take it. That Azure Drake's basically a dead card, right? That's a Shadow Word Death. Well, there's nothing I could really do there, right? Ooh, a Nightmare. I'll eat that. Vape Nation, friends. Oh, and another dragon. I think we lose now, right? Although we can get MCT out. MCT might be able to do something if our opponent has no other... Although if it's another big dragon, I lose though, right? And there's no reason to Volcanic Potion now. This is such an... Oh. You know, this is... I'm not expecting to win. I don't think I have nearly... Oh, wait. Interesting. What are we going to do here? We're going to freeze, right? And just go face a little. We can just freeze and go face. Our opponent's basically stuck. Unless they bomb their own board out. Somehow. Oh, they're only... Oh, our opponent's only at 2. I thought if they were a couple cards ahead, I thought maybe we could have a chance. So we lose to Ysera now, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he's gonna take me out no matter what now. Oh, I wonder if there were any turns here that I did completely wrong. Oh, I think he gets me now anyways. Sets me to 3. Yeah, I think my fatigue's at 3. All he has to do is attack and I lose. Oh, this was such a good game. I wonder where I went wrong. Oh, this was still fun. That's still a well played. Oh, and then dream it. This is 3 fatigue, right? I pay attention? Yeah. Alright, that was an awesome game though. Obviously we want to be winning, but that was still such a fun game with lots and lots of different turns. I'm sure I played some of them wrong. Please feel free to let me know when and where. Those are the sorts of games you want to be winning when you have that many opportunities to make that many different decisions, but it was really fun anyways. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you hung out with me for 20 minutes of me babbling through a Hearthstone game, why not? And I'll see you next time.